EMO survey about retirement, giving inflation and savings. Okay. And they suggest, BMO has come to the conclusion that 76% of Canadians are worried they will not have enough money in retirement. So
76%. So they're saying the quiet part out loud.
That's right.
Basically.
76%. So what I'm saying is like this is a very real fear. And rather than be scared, let's get some, real outcomes. And why are they scared? Well, let's go to, number 2. BMO confirms, and we've actually presented this stat. I've actually presented this stat at the boot camp, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it actually came from a different source, but now RBC kind of confirms this. Is while more than 55% of pre-retirees age 55 plus expect to know their retirement date more than 1 year in advance, this is only true for 39% of retirees. In other words, 61% of the people will not know when they're going to retire, because they're going to suffer some health event, or even more likely, people think it's the health event is the more likely. More likely is they're not going to know what day they're going to get the axe from their current job.
Right. Yeah.
That's the point. It's like, when cuts come down, you hear about job cuts, people, businesses go through cycles and they lay people off. It's like they come for the oldest, most senior, most expensive workers first. That's where it comes, right? And so, we see these financial plans that come from these same institutions acting like we know the retirement age, where we're going to retire at 63 in June when you turn 60. That's like, man, you have no idea if that income stream is going to last to that point in time, right?
Yeah, that's right.
It's improbable, right? And ultimately, why are people scared about it? It's like, let's go to, this is the cold hard stats. Why are people actually scared about it? Is the median income for Canadian seniors. So this is the most recent figure on this. This was released by Stats Canada in May of 2025. The median income for seniors is $37,600 per year.
Wow.
So they're not scared because of something that might happen. They're scared because it actually is happening. They will not have enough income to support their lifestyle. If you cross-reference that with, various living wage studies and like what it actually costs to live in cities around Canada, you will find that $37,600 per year is not enough to live in most cities in Canada. Okay. So it's right. Not that the 76% here are afraid about nothing. They know exactly what's coming. They know people who are further down the path, whether it's their parents or for aunts and uncles or other family members. They know people who are further down the path and they're struggling, and so they're worried about a real problem that's very likely to affect them. Okay, and this is what we're going to do today, and we're going to do it in somewhat of a tongue-in-cheek type of method of 8 ways to stay broke in Canada in 2026. But some people might say, it's like, well, you're an alarmist. Like, no, I'm not. Like, this is actually how it turns out, right?
Well, one of the podcasts that I follow, the opening line is, this is a show for the realists. Say goodbye to the lies and fakeness and delusions of modern society.
Yes.
And welcome to reality.
Yes.
Like we're realists here. Like we're not making stuff up. This is government sources or bank sources telling you that you're broke AF and you need to find a way to not be that, or the future is already foretold. $37,600 per year. I hope you know a lot of recipes for dog food, because that's what you're going to be living on if you don't find a way out.
That's right. It's like the very Moneyball approach, right? And so why does what we present seem a little counter narrative? It's because if you follow the narrative, you end up at $37,600 per year at an unknown retirement age that gets sprung upon you one day. Like that's the likely scenario, right? And so it's like the Moneyball approach is like, if we play like the Yankees in here, we're going to lose to them out there. Okay. Now, if you're a top 1% earner, you can follow some of the ridiculous money approaches and maybe still have a you can still have a decent retirement, right? But I would suggest even if you do, it's still a bad idea. You're still evaporating wealth. You're only succeeding despite your poor investment choices, right?
Yes.
And oddly enough, it's, we find that the people towards the upper end of the income scale and upper end of the net worth scale are less likely to make these stupid mistakes.